Agnes secretly lifts her skirt and jabs her thigh with a twig to draw blood. Then she runs to her mom, Louise, terrified, pretending it's her first period. Louise quickly takes her to the room to help her, but that's exactly what Agnes wanted. The moment the door closes, Agnes rushes away to reveal the hidden photos on the phone, and that's when the real horror begins. The album is filled with smiling family photos, all different families. Trembling, Agnes reveals the truth. Patty, the man who invited them on the trip, is a serial killer, and those families are his victims. Louise doesn't believe her, so Agnes explains how Patty's mute son, Ant, secretly led her to a hidden storage shed while pretending to fetch the ball. Using a key stolen from his father, Ant unlocks a hidden door and leads Agnes into a secret basement. Inside, she finds phones and belongings from countless families. Then Ant shows her another photo album and Agnes freezes. Every photo has different families, but Patty and Ciara appear in every single one. That's when Agnes realizes something is terribly wrong. Then Ant points to a photo of himself and reveals the horrifying truth: Patty and Ciara aren't his real parents. He points to his tongue, makes a cutting motion, and Agnes finally understands. Patty and Ciara murdered Ant's real parents, kidnapped him, and cut out his tongue so he could never tell anyone. And now, Agnes realizes her own family may be next. Ant pulls out one last photo, and it's Agnes's family. Horrified, Agnes realizes they're Patty and Ciara's next victims. She quickly snaps photos of all the evidence while Ant sneaks away to return the stolen key. But Patty is already awake. Thinking fast, Ant tricks Patty into carrying him on his back and secretly hooks the key back onto his waistband. Meanwhile, Agnes keeps pretending she's having her period to keep Louise distracted in the bathroom. Louise, now realizing the truth, is horrified and secretly calls her husband Ben, telling him everything. They decide to act normal and plan a way to escape quickly. But Patty is already suspicious. He noticed the hidden room was opened when he went to get the ball. When the family calmly tries to leave, Patty and Ciara don't stop them, but Patty's smile feels off. Louise uses Agnes's condition as an excuse to go. At the car, they find a flat tire and consider leaving anyway. But Patty intervenes, insisting it's too dangerous. When Ben tries to call for help, Patty blocks him and says he'll change the tire himself. To avoid suspicion, the family goes along with it. Patty asks Ben to come inside for tools, and Ben finds a room full of dangerous equipment. He braces for the worst, but nothing happens. Patty calmly fixes the tire and even hugs him goodbye. Then he hugs Louise too, but suddenly starts kissing her neck. Louise is disgusted, but forces herself to stay still. Agnes just wants to get out alive. Ant hugs her goodbye and she whispers that she'll come back for him. The family gets in the car as Ben calmly asks Ant to open the gate, but Patty calls him back and opens it with a remote. They wave goodbye, thinking they're finally safe, until Agnes sees Patty suddenly shove Ant straight into the water. The family can't drive away and stops. Ben jumps in to save Ant, but Patty hits a button and the gate slams shut. As Ben pulls Ant to shore, he looks up and Patty is there with a gun. Louise and Agnes are already pinned down. All of them are forced back into the house, where Patty makes Louise transfer her money and even call their family back home, while silently planning to make sure none of them ever leave again. Telling them they're going on a long off-grid trip so no one comes looking. Louise plays along, but when Patty pulls out a syringe to sedate Agnes, she snaps. She reveals a hidden knife, strikes as he tries to tie her up, then fights Ciara hand to hand and somehow rips the shotgun straight out of her grip, turning the hunters into the hunted in a split second. The situation flips in an instant. With Louise covering them, the family escapes the house, locks the door behind them, and jumps into the car. But before they can leave the yard, another vehicle barrels in Mike, Patty's accomplice. He raises his gun and shatters the window. Forced to retreat, they run back inside and seal every door and window. Meanwhile, Mike cuts the lock, freeing Patty and Ciara. Mike tells Patty exactly where the family is hiding. Louise manages to call the police, but the line gets cut moments later. They barricade the front door and desperately search for an escape route. Then, Louise spots a roof skylight on the house map. But before they can move, the lights suddenly go out. Patty's crew kills the power, and the hunt officially begins. Ben spots a hay shed outside and realizes if they start a fire, someone might see the smoke. He lights a bottle, but the moment the window opens, Mike fires a shot inside. Ben barely ducks in time, while Louise shoots back. Ben throws the bottle, but it misses the shed, bounces off the roof, and crashes onto Patty's car, setting it ablaze. Watching the flames grow, Patty realizes the police will arrive soon, and he immediately turns to Mike. 3 minutes. Finish them. Patty's crew splits up. Ben and Louise hide the kids in a cabinet, warning them not to come out no matter what happens. Louise finds sulfuric acid while Ben grabs a hammer. Outside, Mike climbs onto the roof, Ciara sneaks through the basement, and Patty pounds on the front door, taunting Ben. Then, suddenly the burning car explodes, and Patty completely loses control. Furious after the explosion, Patty vows revenge. Then, footsteps hit the roof, forcing Ben and Louise to split up. Patty crashes through the front door and finds their hiding room. Louise tries to hold him back, but he breaks in. She stabs his arm, making him scream and stumble back just as Ciara suddenly appears with a gun, turning the fight into pure chaos. Louise grabs the sulfuric acid and runs while Patty and Ciara search upstairs. Patty hears breathing from a wardrobe and tears it open, but it's just a phone playing a recording. Suddenly, Louise attacks and throws acid onto Patty's face. As he screams, she tells the kids to run. They climb onto the roof to escape, but Mike suddenly appears and fires, forcing Louise to pull them down just in time. Ben sprints up and tackles Mike, but Mike quickly overpowers him and pins him against the glass edge. Just as Ben is about to die, Louise returns, grabs a hammer, and crushes it into Mike's skull, dropping him. Inside, Ciara desperately tries to rinse the acid off Patty's face while he screams in agony, realizing the family is about to escape. Patty orders Ciara to chase them. The family reaches the roof and starts climbing down, but Ciara appears armed and furious until Louise hits her from behind and sends her over the edge. Patty hears the crash and storms out, realizing the family is on the roof. The ladder is gone, they're trapped, and Patty is coming. Ben makes a desperate choice. Agnes pleads with him, but he jumps anyway. He lands badly. One leg takes the hit, but he stands, fighting through the pain, and props the ladder back up. The others climb down and reach the car, when Patty suddenly appears, gun to Agnes's head. He tells Ben to drop the weapon. Looking at Ciara's body, he says Agnes will replace her. Then he turns and fires. Agnes pulls out a hidden syringe and injects Patty before he can fire. The sedative knocks him down instantly. Ben grabs the gun, aims, then lowers it. They decide to leave Patty for the police, but Ant can't let go of his rage. Staring at the man who destroyed his life, he picks up a rock and attacks Patty in a burst of fury. In that moment, years of pain and revenge finally explode out of him. For Ant, this brutal moment feels like his first taste of freedom in years. With Patty finally defeated, the nightmare finally comes to an end.